All right, something special for you. Mira's here with sports.
Fantastic, Hudson. Parents of elite hockey players have to make sacrifices, none bigger sometimes than sending your child across the country to pursue their passion. Victoria Grizzlies forward David Mazurek's parents made that sacrifice 5 years ago, and tomorrow David will begin the final postseason of his junior career with a familiar face in the crowd. Jordan Cunningham has the story.
It was practice as usual for David Mazurek. Then, Dad showed up.
Whoa. Dad, how you doing?
How you doing?
Holy shit. Nice to see you. Holy.
Ted Mazurek has followed his son through every step of his hockey life, but mostly from afar. So the Victoria Grizzlies decided to fly him out from Brantford, Ontario for the surprise of David's hockey life.
I didn't really know who it was. I was going to say to the guy, the poor holy, you look just like my father. Like, you kind of spooked me there for a minute.
It's really a nice opportunity, and hopefully it gives him a little boost.
This has everything to do with family, and this has everything to do with the father being able to see his son play in his final season of amateur hockey, and nobody should miss out on that opportunity.
And like another Brantford family, it all started in the backyard.
My dad used to flood the rinks at my house. I have a tennis court in my backyard, so it all started from him.
Dad will have a center ice seat for his son's upcoming challenge, a best-of-5 series with the Powell River Kings. Off the ice, though, David has faced years of challenges.
My mom had passed away in 2008 with breast cancer, so that was a big uphill battle. And I was just had recently been drafted into the OHL in the second round, so it's been quite an uphill battle from there on out.
But hockey helped him heal.
Oh yeah, it takes your mind off it all. It definitely escapes me from reality at times, but I don't take any of it back. It really formed me to the person I am today.
David's role with this team took a turn January 20th when first-line center Jerry Fitzgerald went down with a season-ending injury. Now Mazurek plays a pivotal role on the most dynamic line in the BCHL.
I know I will produce. We have to, obviously with the Fitzgeralds and myself, we have good chemistry. So sky's the limit for us for sure.
I always told him he could maybe go somewhere if he wins the face-offs, and it's nice to see him get the opportunity.
As a hockey parent, you've got to trust others to help raise your kid. And the Mazureks have had some great mentors, none better though than Bestwick.
Come to an organization like this with Bill, he really takes it into consideration, and I just want to keep this good little ride going that I have, and I want to win a championship here.
Jordan Cunningham, CTV Sports, Colwood.
Great story, Jordan. Well, as we saw in our feature on David Mazurek, there are plenty of life stresses that players deal with off the ice that the fans don't necessarily see. They leave their families and their friends to chase that hockey dream that only comes true for a slim minority. Matt McCoy never made it to the NHL, but he experienced enough hockey highs and lows to write a book.
That night in the bathtub, I bawled my heart out, and no matter how hard I cry, it doesn't change anything, which only makes me cry harder. There's no consoling an 8-year-old kid who's this crushed, and mom and dad and know it, so they leave me be while I wail and wallow and punch the water because nobody could possibly know how this feels.
Well, that is the first of many hockey heartbreaks Matt McCoy would experience in his lifetime. In his true-to-life book, The Boy Who Missed the Bus, McCoy uses some of his experiences to provide insight into the exclusive world of hockey and the unusual circumstances that a young aspiring hockey player can be faced with. Now, the book includes everything from wins and losses, trades and cuts, to partying billets and dressing room pranks.
Look, I mean, I left the dream in a small town, and I got to play professional hockey. It wasn't in the NHL, but it's just the experiences along the way, and not every kid's going to make the NHL, and just make the most of it. And just about the fact of living with different families and meeting different friends and going to different cities and those experiences, it was unique. And there's a lot of funny stories in the book, and there's some tough times too, but it's just the reality of what happens through the journey.
Well, you need only look at the cover to know that this is not a children's book. It can read like it's hockey's version of 50 Shades of Grey, but McCoy says it's filled with stories that both men and women will appreciate.
It's definitely for adults, though. You can see by the picture there that lingerie, it signifies an adult-rated book, and you'll get a lot of good laughs, and you'll be shocked by what happens throughout the journey in professional hockey. And people really like the book because it's not your normal, this guy's in the NHL, he's doing it already. This is a guy who didn't make it, and he made the best of his opportunities in pro hockey.
Autographed copies of The Kid Who Missed the Bus can be purchased at MVP Sports Collectibles at 744 Douglas Street or online at thekidwhomissedthebus.com. Well, the NHL's Board of Governors has approved the realignment of the Western and Eastern Conferences. A proposal was put forth by both the Players Association and the league that is much more travel-friendly and makes geological sense. The Winnipeg Jets will move into the Western Conference, while the Detroit Red Wings and the Columbus Blue Jackets will shift to the East. Well, how about this? Two Nanaimo sisters got the chance of a lifetime to rub shoulders with some of football's biggest names. Iris Nixon was the winner of Amway's Nutrilite Ultimate Football Experience Sweepstakes Grand Prize, a trip for two to Phoenix, Arizona to participate in a 4-on-4 flag football tournament hosted by future NFL Hall of Fame quarterback Kurt Warner. Iris invited her sister Caroline along on the 3-day trip for a sports experience that neither sister will forget. And they will tell us all about that experience coming up during Vancouver Island Report.
Cool. Great trip. What do you make of this Wes Welker thing quickly?
Well, time to go.
If you're a Broncos fan, it's a great
Yeah,
trip.
if you're a Broncos fan, I know we have an intern that's not very happy, still crying back there in the sports department.
I love the what the Grizzlies did for David.
Isn't that classy?
That's great.
Very classy organization.
Thank you.
You're welcome.